It's 8:30. Good morning. I'm Ian Crouch with Hunter News. An international shortage of forensic pathologists and a spike in the number of criminal cases involving coronial inquiries have led to a backlog in autopsies in the Hunter. There were 253 referrals to Newcastle's small team of forensic pathologists in January, up by 35% on average. The delay means families are waiting up to 3 weeks to bury their loved ones. As the state election approaches, Maitland's Greens candidate is urging his opponents to commit to protecting the environment. John Brown believes this month's election is all about climate change and wants to see local action on the issue. He says he's also seeking answers over the removal of trees at Bulwarra Wetlands Reserve.
We do believe that they were cut down by the developers of the land. Now, that land was always private property, but it was zoned to protect the natural asset. So how the council allowed the developers to cut down the natural asset is just amazing. We just want to know how it happened and why it happened.
Police are yet to formally identify a man who died in a head-on smash north of Willow Tree on Monday night. Forensic officers believe the man deliberately crossed to the wrong side of the road in his BMW and collided with an oncoming semi-trailer. The rig ran off the road and the driver managed to scramble from the cabin before the B-double burst into flames. He was treated at the scene for minor injuries. A man accused of credit card fraud and theft is due to front court today following his arrest at Argenton. Police and the dog squad swooped on a home in Piper Street yesterday following a tip-off. They arrested a 34-year-old man who was wanted on outstanding warrants. It's alleged 2 stolen mountain bikes were recovered from the property. The man's facing 19 charges, including credit card fraud offences between January and March. The Hunter's Animal Justice Party candidates are calling for a stop to animal testing. Wall's End candidate Tony Gundry is seeking an immediate cease to animal experiments at the University of Newcastle and is committed to reviewing the practice if elected later this month. She says the university needs to stop testing on animals.
The Ethics Committee believes in 3 Rs, which is refine, reduce, replace. And that's what they have to adhere to. When they've been doing the same test for 8 years, this smoking test with Crohn's disease, how is this refine, reduce, replace? It's kind of the same thing over and over again. It's time to stop it.
The Hunter's major public hospitals appear to have performed better than others across the state, according to the latest data. The Bureau of Health Information data shows both the John Hunter and the Calvary Mater hospitals were able to treat the most serious ED cases faster than the state average. However, only the John Hunter had above-average rates for discharging ED patients within the 4-hour benchmark time.
2NURFM Sport.
Star couple Sharif Watson and Hannah Young are hoping to raise the profile of basketball as the Hunters prepare to launch their season. Watson returns for his second season with the men's side, who take on North's Bears in the Waratah Basketball League season opener on Saturday night, while girlfriend Young will take a leadership role with the women's side after a season with the Canberra Capitals. It remains to be seen whether the Newcastle Jets will release star trio Ivan Vajika, Johnny Katrumbis and Joey Chapness for the Under-23 Asian Championship qualifiers later this month. All 3 are in the frame for Ollie Roo's selection, with a training camp due to take place in Kuala Lumpur on March 11. However, the camp is outside the FFA window and the trio will need permission from Jets officials to take part. And Merryweather's Ryan Callanan has recovered from a freak rib injury in time to take part in next week's Surfest Pro. The 26-year-old was in doubt after falling on the fins of his board while free surfing at Foster last month. And the winning numbers in Oz Lotto are 30, 38, 33, 9, 7, 42 and 22, and the supplementaries are 35 and 43. 2NURFM News Time, 26 to 9.